These are 10 tricks I keep coming back to. And honestly, most of them are things people use Excel for years without ever finding. By the end of this video, 10 different things will have happened to one ordinary sales sheet. None of them are hard, by the way. Several are a single keystroke. I'm going to go in order of how much time they'll actually save you. So the early ones are the ones you'll use today. Right. Number 1. Every order needs VAT. The revenue times the rate up in the corner. So I write it, revenue times, and I click the rate cell. Now I fill it straight down the column, but keep your eye on that rate reference as it slides. Because without that lock, when you fill the formula down, the reference slides with it. Row 5 looks a cell too low, row 6 lower still, and the whole column quietly goes wrong. And now the reference holds. Row 4 gives me 108 pounds of VAT. Drag it down, and every row still points at the same rate cell. The last one comes out at 36 pounds. And the real payoff is this. If the rate ever changes, you change one cell and all 15 rows follow. That is the whole reason the lock exists. Number 2, and this one is pure muscle memory. 15 rows you can drag with a mouse. 15,000 you cannot. So stop dragging. Click the top cell, hold Ctrl and Shift, and press the down arrow. Excel selects everything down to the last filled row and stops dead at the first blank. It works every direction, too. Ctrl and an arrow jumps you to the edge of the data. Add Shift and it selects on the way. Once this is in your hands, you will never drag a scroll bar again. Number 3. You have a column selected, you want the total. Almost everyone types equals, SUM, bracket, and then goes hunting for the range. Alt and equals does the whole thing. It writes the sum, it works out the range above you, and it commits it. One keystroke. So that is 9,087 pounds across the quarter, and the same keystroke works on units and on the VAT column. Number 4, and this is the one that makes people sit up. Look at the rep names. They have come out of some other system all in lowercase, which is exactly what real exports do. Now, you could reach for a formula here. Don't. Just go to the next column and type the first one the way you actually want it. Then press Ctrl E. Excel looks at what you did, works out the pattern on its own, and does the other 14. No formula, nothing to maintain. And it is not just capitals. Flash fill will split full names apart, pull the first initial out, chop a postcode off an address. Anything where you can show it 2 or 3 examples, really. Number 5. I want a list of the regions, each one appearing once. The old way was to copy the column somewhere else and run remove duplicates, which is fine right up until the data changes. Unique just does it. One formula in one cell, and the answer spills down as far as it needs to. 4 regions here. And this is the bit that matters. It is not a copy. Add an order for a new region tomorrow, and a 5th row appears here on its own. Nobody has to remember to refresh anything. Number 6 is the same idea, but for whole rows. I want just the north orders. Not a filtered view I have to keep switching on. An actual live list sitting next to everything else. Filter takes the range you want back and the condition that decides. 5 of the 15 orders came from the north. And because it is just an array, you can wrap it in anything. Sum the revenue it hands back, and the north did 3,126 pounds, which is about 34% of the quarter. Right. Number 7, and this is the one I actually wanted to show you. If you have ever looked at somebody else's spreadsheet and seen 2 minus signs in the middle of a formula, you have probably assumed it was a typo. It isn't. Here's the problem it solves. When you write a condition across a range, what comes back is a list of trues and falses. And that is fine to look at. but you cannot really do arithmetic on the word true. So you put two minus signs in front. The first one makes it negative, which quietly forces it into a number, and the second one flips it back. True becomes 1, false becomes 0. And now you can add them up. Which means you can ask two things at the same time. North region and more than 10 units. Multiply the two lists of ones and zeros together, and only the rows that satisfy both survive. 3 orders. Now you might be thinking, COUNTIFs already does that. And you would be right for this exact case. But the double dash is not a function. It is a conversion, so it works inside SUMPRODUCT, inside sum, inside let, inside anything that takes an array. COUNTIFs only ever does the one job. Number 8. You look something up, it is not there, and you get that n/a error staring back at you. The usual fix is to wrap the whole formula in IFNA, which works, but now the formula is twice as long. XLOOKUP has it built in. The fourth argument is simply what to show when it finds nothing. So I ask for widget D, which we have never sold, and instead of an error, it says not sold. Honestly, if you take one thing from this video, this might be it. Most people learn the first 3 arguments of XLOOKUP and stop. The fourth one is the one that makes your sheets look finished. Number 9. Long formulas usually repeat themselves. You will see the same range or the same average calculated 3 or 4 times inside one formula, and Excel works it out fresh every single time. Let fixes that. You name a thing, you say what it is, and then you use the name. Here I call the revenue column Rev, work out the average once, and count how many orders beat it. 3 of them against an average of £605.80. And look what is doing the counting in there. The double dash from a minute ago. That is what I meant about it turning up everywhere once you know it. And number 10. We have a revenue column full of numbers, and reading 15 numbers to find the big ones is work. It shouldn't be. Data bars put a little bar behind each cell, scaled to the value. The numbers are all still there. You have not changed anything. But now the shape of the quarter is just visible. The longest bar is the one worth looking at, and you did not have to sort anything to find it. That is 1,920 pounds on a single order. So that is the 10. 4 keystrokes, F4, Ctrl Shift Down, Alt equals Ctrl E. 4 formulas, unique, filter, XLOOKUP with its fourth argument, and let. The double dash holding it all together, and data bars to finish. If you only take one, take F4, because you will need it within about an hour of opening a spreadsheet. And if you want the sheet I built this on, it is linked below. Have a play with it. That is genuinely how these stick.